Now, I am pleased to introduce our first of 5 finalists for tonight's challenge. Are you ready? Okay. Chautu Hadarachi is the founder of Fitness Boomers LLC. Chautu is a passionate child educator, certified fitness and yoga teacher, and the mother of an 8-year-old daughter. She has developed a one-of-a-kind fitness, yoga, and meditation program, serving many public school districts in Minnesota with a very unique service focused on building the younger generations to be emotionally and physically healthy, as they are the creators of the future. Chautu is a former HR business partner for St. Jude Medical with a master's degree in HR. She gave up her corporate career to serve the dream and build up happy, healthy, creative, and powerful young generation for a better tomorrow. Please welcome Chautu Hadarachi.
Before I start, I tell people don't ask me about my business because I'm going to talk all day. So here's the problem. So I'll do 10 minutes, I promise. Okay, so she already did the introduction. Let me get my, timing. Here I'm representing my dream to build a better world for tomorrow for all our children. So this has a personal story behind this. My daughter was 5 years old when I started the business. 3 years ago, she was 5 years old. She was just in this little preschool, and I was feeling so safe and secure. But then she was just about to go to public schools, and just the whole world that's going to be open up to her. So I feel like I was, as a single parent at that time, I was just so nervous about, is kids going to bully her? Is she going to be happy? Is she going to be sad? Is she going to cry about everything? And is she going to feel good about her skin and hair, like all this? And just as a girl, just a lot of things just hit my head just at that day, I remember. And I remember having no sleep for like days and weeks, I would say. And I thought, okay, I need to do something about this. And I decided to leave my job. At that time, I was working as a business partner for St. Jude Medical, trying to fix adults every day. Did not make a difference. And I thought if I see kids, if I can work with kids, I can fix them. When they're, just adults, I don't think I can do that. I was just so nervous about everything. And I also come from a background where I was introduced to meditation when I was 7 years old. My teachers, my parents, my grandparents, they're all teachers. So I do have a very strong background from teaching. So this is how all this came together. And right now I'm doing this mobile meditation, fitness, and yoga classes, offering before and after school programs through community education, also doing some preschool classes as well, and teaching kids how to be healthy and how to be happy. And started with her school first, and now I'm with 12 different public schools right now out of 336 in Minnesota. That's the only way to build a better world tomorrow, emotionally and physically healthy kids, the only way to go. This is the saddest slide you're gonna see all day. We have 74 million children in the United States, 17 million of them being diagnosed with various types of mental disorders. That puts us in 1 in 4 kids being diagnosed with any mental disorders. The funny part about it is that it's always interconnected with the mental and the physical concerns. One of the biggest things being ADHD, depression, cyber addictions being the highest ranked right now. And they're all interconnected, like I said, obesity, diabetic, that can they're all connected. Suicides, drug use in teens, underage sex, teenage pregnancies, bullying, self-esteem, and that lower the academic achievements for them. And this is exactly why I invented this program, and this is why I'm here today, and this is now I wanted my kid to be. This one, okay, the fun part here. The curriculum is way too much fun. Kids learns the most when they're having fun. For an example, hurdle jumping, they learn confidence, partner poses, they build connection together, self-awareness. Talent shows, they bring creativity. So what the outcome? Interactions, more connections with human and friends, happiness and kindness. I can go all day. Again, I need to stop here. So 20 or more, I can go all day about this, the activities that I do. I take pride in doing this, and as a parent, you do not want to feel guilty. You could have done something and you couldn't. That's the worst feeling as a parent. And this is where I come to help. You can save your time. Parents can save their time, enjoy their precious time with their kids. How I'm different. Meditation, fitness, and yoga together has not been combined. Right now, we have yoga studios, fitness centers, but they're all using traditional non-creative methods. Game version is what I do. I do everything in a game version. They have so much fun and laugh all day. I make my equipments at home as well. It's funny, I do. It's so fun. 90% of re-enrollment rate. And staff kids and teachers' kids, they want to sign up their kids for my class. Personal results with myself and my daughter. I get emails about her, how good she is being to her friends at her school. This is all I'm working for, and it is already proving. We have 99% of overwhelming feedback. We do reward programs. We do award ceremonies. We do graduation ceremonies that we give them like a little specific note about their personality so that they take on all year or all life along. It's all about encouraging your kids. Okay, the best part. I get goosebumps all day looking at this. So one time a girl came to my class and said, I don't like yoga, I don't know, what is this? Okay, and then end of the class, okay, I don't like yoga, I love yoga. And you are the best teacher ever. So this is her handwriting here. And parents said that the best part of their kids' Wednesday was my class. And looking forward to my class. This brings tears to my eyes every time I see this. And also, these are just short-term impacts right now. I can go on 300 of those. I can provide you, I have actually here right now, a lot. I can provide notes that I get from the kids. And the big thing about this is that they make a difference. I made a new friend. I made someone feel good. I helped my grandma carry the luggage. I'm nice to my mom. So this is all we wanted to hear. And hugs and smiles. We have 845,000 students in Minnesota right now in all the elementary schools, and I have only approached 0.17 so far. And I want you to pay attention here on the 2019, the spike here is being the highest number of student enrollment because the re-enrollment rate got to the spike. They kept enrolling, and I was able to make over $100,000 in the last 3 years. And this is just doing by myself, full-time, and only having a sub-instructor for support. The little slide on the bottom that I want to focus on, this is the impact I'm making. This is way bigger than you can ever imagine. 15 students in 20 classes, that puts us in 300 students. And that 300 students go to their families, maybe let's say 5 family members in their family, or 5 members in the family. It's 1,500 people, that's the impact we're talking about. And then those 1,500 people will go out to the community. They have 2 friends, for an example, 2 relatives, so maybe 2 random people. Just act of kindness, be nice, just bring out that kindness out. And that is 6,000 people. I'm just talking about 20 classes, just 20 classes. In the next 3 years, I'm planning on bringing over $200,000 in revenue. The biggest thing I want to focus on is I can come up with 30 different program ideas right now. I already have designed them. One thing that I want to focus on is special need kids, kids that do not get much attention or have no opportunities. Also, I want to move on to the next one. One of the biggest milestones, one or more stable studio location in the next 6 months. That's one of my biggest hopes right now. And adding the program diversification, as I talked earlier, family classes with grandparents, they can join a class with adding teenage classes, parent and the kid class, birthday party hosting, party buses, retreats, programs. This is something that I really want to focus on in the next 12 months. And also being added to the public school curriculum eventually in the next 5 to 10 years. That's my biggest goal. I want to make it bigger. Key action items that I might need help with, marketing to scale, and I definitely need marketing help right now. I'm only stuck with the community education. They're doing my marketing right now. Diversification acquisition and adding more instructors. Technology support partnerships with youth programming, public and private, is my next goal. Right now, I have 2 positions, myself and a sub-instructor right now. I'm planning on adding 2 full-time, 3 part-time in the near future within 6 months or so. In the next 12 months, I'm planning on adding more support, accounting, technology support, marketing, and graphic design that I can use help with. And creating more jobs that way. This is actually a real picture of one of my class. There are so many restrictions. I can't share everything. It's just I wish I could show you right now doing a class in front of you. We'll have so much fun. Thank you. Thank you so much for listening.
Great job. That was great.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm Charles. Maybe I'd start with questions from our panel. One of my questions was, so you're paid by the school district, is that correct?
Correct.
And so I'm assuming you probably recognize or maybe you log the students that take your class inside the classes, but I'm assuming that you're marketing to the school, not to the students themselves.
I'm glad you asked me this question. There's so many variations to this, the pay scale right now, which I'm trying to streamline at some point. Some preschool programs, parents pay me directly, but some preschools, actually the school paid me to be part, for the whole entire school, can you do this class for the whole school? But then the public schools, parents pay the school district, the community education. They collect all the payments, they do all the marketing for me, they do everything for me. I just go do my class. So the parents pay the community education and they pay me with a profit share option. So there's usually 20 to 30%, and for the marketing, they take that. And so that's kind of how it is right now. I'm very limited with my opportunities.
Got it. I was hoping you were going to say that because, and I figured that was the case. And frankly, that's what I like about your business model the most, honestly, because you can land a school, right? Land and expand, right? You can land a customer in a school, and all of a sudden you have 300, 400 students
exactly
as your
yes.
customers, if you will,
yep.
right? And so in my mind, when I read your business plan, the mobility piece of your business, I think that's your differentiator.
Absolutely.
That's what attracts me as a potential investor. Yep. Let's say that's what would attract me in terms of scalability, land and expand, customer acquisition. What I'm concerned about is when you flip it to the traditional brick and mortar business, then you're fighting for every customer per customer, like every student. Then you have customer acquisition cost to the student level, right, where you're not able to recognize and leverage those economies of scale when you can land and expand per school or school district, if you follow. So I really like the business. I would, and especially during COVID, I would think the mobility piece is also one of your differentiators. So I really like your business, love the business model. I would just, I would be hesitant to convert to brick and mortar at this point.
Yeah. I do have a solution for that.
Yeah.
The mobile part gonna go all day long. It's gonna be part of my business. That's exactly why I'm bringing customers, because they kind of depend on me as a daycare provider in a way too, because they're waiting at the school, just waiting for parents to pick them up, just doing nothing really productive. So this is why I get a lot of attention for this program. They're just not waiting, they're actually learning something. So I'm gonna keep going with this option 100%, 200%, but that adding the more stable studio going to bring more revenue for me. And I get no limitations. I can offer classes all day long, weekends, evenings. So I get to do that, and that's the best part about the physical studio.
I understand. So your mobile business, you're saying when you are unable to, let's say, fulfill the demand for the repeat customers, that will all be guided towards the physical
correct
brick and mortar location. I understand.
Yeah. And people have asked me, do you offer weekend classes? Can I take this class somewhere else? What do we do when we go to 5th grade? Kids were like really I want to see you again. I want to be in this class again. So here's an option. And that's what I wanted to do next. So
Great response. Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you so much for the passion around your business.
yes.
I have a question when you talked about scalability and selling curriculum maybe at some point. I'm
Yep.
just wondering if you can give us some insight on what you're doing currently as it relates to protecting, copywriting, kind of your ideas, intellectual property, as you begin to kind of move down that path, and how does that then have
Yeah.
kind of marketable value for you?
Yeah, I came up, like I said, with all my background, I came up with this unique program and the curriculum, but then, yes, I do not have any protection over this right now. This is exactly why I'm here. I need help and support to protect my program in that sense, and protection in that sense, and getting maybe a license or creating non-compete agreements with who I'm bringing in to do my work with me, because they get exposed to everything that I do, and I have to tell them this is why this makes it different, and this is why it makes it unique. So I have to share those with them. So yeah, right now I don't have anything in place except I just do the classes with them, and I give out a flyer or program description to the parents and the school owners, and that's the only place. I don't post this anywhere else, so I can use a lot of help with that. Yes.
Okay, great.
Yeah. Thank you for the question.
If I may say, first of all, I want to thank you for this business because it's really needed.
Thank you.
In our schools. A couple questions that I have. The first question has to do with the seasonality of the business. And I'd be curious to know how you do, during the school year versus the non-school year. And I actually like the idea of the brick and mortar because from my perspective, that allows you to have more things year long when
Yep.
kids are out of school.
Thank you for the question, and yes, we are year-long, all year-long program. There are summer camps. Usually programs get a little slow during the summer, kids take vacations and stuff. And I wouldn't say that's huge success because most programs are really low in the summer. But I have had success with summer programming too. So I do have summer camps. So it's all year long. For an example, preschool classes, all year long. And they come in and they graduate, they go to kindergarten. So there's no limitations to this, all year. Thank you.
Thank you.
I congratulate you on the work that you've done thus far, and definitely, your heart is in the right place, and your passion is evident, and very contagious. I was
you.
impressed with your business plan. I was wondering if you could talk a little bit more about the meditation and mental health aspects, because I think the physical
Yep.
fitness aspects of it are laid out pretty clearly.
Yep.
But I was wondering if you could talk a little more about the others, the mental health and the meditation
Yeah,
aspects.
absolutely. Thank you. I kind of felt like I rushed through this slide. I'm glad you brought it up. So this is thank you for the question, and it's very complicated. So when there's a mental concern, for an example, let's say my daughter, she's feeling a little low, and let's say somebody, she said I have a different color, whatever, just it could be anything that affected her that day. And she comes home, and then if that's gonna continue, if I'm not gonna address that, and if I'm not building that connection with her at home, or that could be at a class or a teacher, if I'm not building a connection with her, this is gonna continue throughout it could be the whole life, because we only have a very limited time to make an impact on their mental health and the physical health, everything. So to answer your question, mindfulness is something that we tell them to accept themselves. And let's say, end of the class, every end of the class, I personally, and Angela or Jody, just name them, then say, you are doing amazing. Something that I really like today about you is that you did great with the meditation session. So it's kind of like a spirit lifting. So I'm not trying to get the whole concept into them. They're too young to handle everything right away. So I'm getting introduced to the idea, being aware of your thoughts. When you feel happy, when you feel sad, just try to recognize those feelings and have someone to go to. Just simple as a hug can change their day. So that's what the mindfulness comes in. It it brightens up their day just tremendously. All you had to say, "You amazing." And so I tell them to keep that thought in their mind when they meditate. So they're all day, they're just thinking, she told me I did that great. And so this is what the mindfulness concept comes into this. Like I said, I'm not trying to nail down like a pose, oh, you got to do this pose perfectly. It's more of bringing the concept into them and implanting them at such a young age. Those are the things they're going to take on their lives going forward.
Great,
I hope
thank
I answer your question.
You
Any
did.
more questions?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
We probably have time for one more question if anybody wants to ask.
Yeah, hi, and let me second what was said in terms of passion and enthusiasm. If you could bottle and sell that.
I know I can jump around.
I think you got a business in itself there. This is so far away from what I do on a regular basis in the business that I'm involved in, so I'm really kind of curious about how this works. But some of the challenges I would see, and that's my nature to find the negative things in these things. So, but how do you scale this? I mean, I could see that when you walk into the classroom, you get a quality of kind of program and program delivery and curriculum and those kinds of things. But how do you hand that off to somebody else? And now you've got kind of this brand that represents you. How do you kind of ensure the consistency of that? How do you find your successor or somebody who's going to do it with the same level of passion, deliver it in the same way?
Yeah,
That would be a
thank
huge
you. Yeah, wow, you're challenging me in a whole new level. I love that. So how it's the feedback. So based on the feedback I've been getting, it's based on the personality. So that's my drive here. That's what differentiates me from everybody. Stacy here, my partner too, we love working with kids. The thing I've noticed so far, trying to find a person to work for me, for an example, I need a sub to do a class for me. Everybody's just, okay, I'll just do the class, I want to get paid. And so this is where this differentiate from everything in the market. It's the personality that I bring in, she brings in. This is why it took me 3 years to find this instructor right here. I waited, when I was showing you my slide earlier, 3 years by myself. Everybody's like, how do you do that? Well, this is my baby, so I'm gonna do everything to protect this. So it's more about my personality and my instructor's personality. We add our personal twist to it. So people, for an example, typical class would be like, okay, do some poses, let's have fun, and this. But we do bring in something more valuable, which is we're talking to their inner heart and their inner personalities and bring that out. Tell me something about you that makes you unique. That's what I ask a kid when they come to the class the first day, the introduction. It's not a typical introduction. What's your name? Okay, sit down. It's not, okay. What's your superpower? That's how I approach them. So can I do a class here? So it is so much to go on, so that those things that really differentiate me, and I do have
I think at some level you're kind of building my case for me, which is how do you replicate you and then scale the business or create a sustainable
exactly.
business? And I think that's the challenge.
It is a challenge. That is a challenge, but it's doable. I found her after 3 years of working and looking. So there's hope that I can make copies of myself. That's what I want to do. I want 10 copies like me. I don't know, is that possible? But the training is pretty intense, and intense meaning, Stacey, did I ever ask her, like, do you have a certification in yoga? Have you done anything like that? Doesn't matter. Do you have a passion? Do you love working with kids? You cannot stop. Like, she texts me at night, I'm so excited for the class tomorrow. That's what I wanted. These are the type of people I want to bring in. And they're out there. I had to go find them. I need help to find them.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Great job.
I'm done.
Thank you
Okay,
very
I'll stop.
much.
Thank you. This means everything. Thank you so much.
Well done, Chatu.
And thanks for the sponsors, everybody. I mean, thanks for the feedback earlier, everything. Thank you.
Thank you
Okay,
for
I'm done.
being here. This concludes our first 20-minute session. we're going to take a 10-minute break to allow room turnover. So if you guys can please exit, we'll let our next finalists in. And if anyone else needs to stretch, please feel free to do that.